Hello, and today I want to talk about the Panasonic Leica 15mm f1.7 lens once again. I got this lens for the first time 2 years ago or something, I don't remember. I made a full review on this channel, you can check it out. I'm gonna put a link down below somewhere. And I really liked this lens. The only reason that I sold it was because it was idling. I wasn't using it because I was a zoom lens shooter. I basically only shot with the zoom lenses. It just didn't make much sense for me as a zoom lens shooter to have a 15mm lens that is already covered by multiple other zoom lenses that I already own in terms of focal length. So I sold it, but now I bought it back. It's because I recently just discovered the fun of shooting with prime lenses. For example, recently I went on a trip to Rome and I brought with me only the Lumix S1R and Lumix 35mm f1.8. So it's one single lens on one trip. It was a little bit a challenge for myself, but I felt very comfortable shooting with a single lens on that trip. I didn't feel like I was missing out. So I grew more confident in shooting with only prime, and I found the joy, I found the fun in shooting with the prime. So here we are. I bought it back, and it is one of the best prime lenses that you can get for Micro Four Thirds system. It's good looking and it performs really well, and it's small and compact, and it's not super expensive. It's a little bit expensive. The lens is beautiful, matches very well with all the small cameras like my GX800. It's a very gorgeous looking lens. It's the performance, the lens is very sharp from wide open f1.7. The edges might be a little bit soft. I shoot f5.6 most of the time anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. It's more like a street photography lens that I shoot with higher aperture number, higher f number, so I can get everything in focus. There's no soft spots that I discovered like last time. In my full review, I found a soft spot, but this time I didn't see it in my pixel peeping. If I see it again, I'm gonna let you know in the comments. The autofocus motor can keep up pretty well with the modern cameras like the G9 Mark II. It's probably not as fast as some of the more modern lenses, the more updated lenses. But there's no need for it to be super fast because no one is gonna use 15mm lens to shoot wildlife or sports. The aperture ring is the most delightful thing on this lens. It's beautifully designed. As I said last time, it's a little bit loose. I wish it was a little bit tighter to turn, but it is what it is. But it's gorgeous looking and beautiful and very functional. I shoot aperture priority all the time, so having the aperture ring on it means I don't have to fumble the dials and the stuff on the camera. I can just turn the aperture ring, and it's very intuitive and it's very visual. You can see it without looking at the screen. You can just see it physically where you are at. It's very convenient. I enjoy the shooting process very much with the aperture ring. And recently I went back to China. This time I did another challenge. I brought only the GX800 and this Leica 15mm. Very tiny compact combination. So I was afraid that I would feel missing out because, you know, when go on a big trip like this, going for 2 weeks or 10 days trip, you want to use the best gear to capture the best image, best footage, best of everything. But this time I just chose to be compact and lightweight, and it was so fun. And it doesn't burden you, it doesn't weigh you down wherever you go, so you always carry it with you. It's so liberating. I just cannot express how much I enjoyed this combination on the trip. I think it's brilliant. Plus the color I painted on my camera, it's a custom spray paint red. It's coming off a little bit on the right hand side because my finger's scratching it a little bit, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I love the look of this combination. I think they are born for each other. Beautiful beautifully designed aesthetically. I'm gonna do a review of this GX800 someday as well, soon I guess. I've shot quite a lot of photos on this camera already, so I think it's time to do a review. Not yet, someday, when I have the inspiration. Anyways, I don't think I would have taken better pictures even if I had brought a zoom lens with me on this trip to China, so I think simplicity is really fun and you must try it. People who shoot zoom lenses only, I want to convince you to challenge yourself to go on a trip and bring only one prime lens, and you will find the joy of shooting a prime lens. I'm sure it's going to be a interesting experience. Alright, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the sample images, sample videos I took, and I'll see you next time. Remember to subscribe. Thank you. Ha.